Hello everyone, it's Paling here, and today I'm here with a new video where we're going to discuss Season 6 of Apex Legends. To give you an idea of how far I stand in Apex Legends, I'm currently level 175. I've played the first season of Apex, then I took a break and I came back with Season 5. Played a lot, played like around 80 levels, and now we're in Season 6, but I have some doubts about this new season. I'm not really liking it at the moment, and there are some parts I will discuss with every one of you and give my opinion on them. To start off, I'm going to discuss the bad things in the new season. And the first thing that stands out for me is the Evo shields. See, in this new season they introduced Evo shields as the only shields you can obtain in the game. What does this mean is that the TTK becomes way faster because white shield is now only 25 health you get increased. Blue shields are 50% health, purple and gold are both 75 health, and the red Evo is now the only one that can get you up to 200 health with your base health added to it. What does this mean is that the TTK is way faster in this game, what also means that shooting first at your enemy is way more important. I do have to say that when you're dropping into the game, you have a standard Evo. You don't have Evo, you can't see it, but when you get 50 damage, you'll get the first layer of the Evo shields. I think that is a cool idea. I would love to keep this, but just only having Evo shields in general is not really that great in my opinion. It supports sniper playing a lot. We see that in the new season that snipers have become meta. They're often used early game to level up your Evo a lot, and I'm not really a huge fan of it. I do it sometimes, but I just don't like the playstyle. It supports like a camp playstyle more, and I'm not a huge fan of it. And because also a reason why I don't like the snipers meta at the moment is that they're used in the early game, as I told you, but late game most people switch them out for different guns. Then the next thing is the energy guns. To say it up front, I'm not hating on the energy guns. I like that they're like viable now. Again, because last season they were actually useless. But I think they have switched around the meta so hard that suddenly energy ammo has become like the new light ammo. With the buff to the Havoc, the return of the Devo, the introduction of the Vault is just too much of a meta switch for me. I know there is one gun I left out, it's the L-Star, but if we're going to be honest, it's not that great of a gun. Then the next thing I have a really bad feeling about is Rampart. I don't really like her at the moment. She's a cool design, I'm going to give that, but just the playstyle of her is just not really something for me. She's a really defensive legend, and with her passive playstyle, with her tactical and ultimate, it supports just playing very passive, and that's against the core of Apex for me, and that's why I don't really like her. I would like her, I really would want to like her, but I just can't at the moment. And with the introduction of Evo shields, it's just meta to sit behind these new covers with the minigun and level them up. I'm just not feeling her at the moment. I would love to have seen her start off in a season where normal shields would be still used. I think that would have been better, because at the moment I'm not really digging her. Then the next bad thing is something that's maybe a bit weird, because I'm someone who plays Bloodhound a lot. But I don't really like the new buff, because it's so overpowered. For those who don't know, Bloodhound's ultimate, when you pop it, you can scan now every 6 seconds. What is extremely overpowered, because when you scan someone, they remain scanned for somewhere around 3-4 seconds. What actually gives you almost unlimited wall hacks, and that's a bit overpowered. So I would say go back to how it was last season, because there it was perfect for me. Bloodhound was not overpowered, not underpowered. He was very useful just for your team. Just, I don't know why they buffed him. And then the final thing, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm like in the middle. I can't say I don't like it because I use it a lot. It's like the introduction of the crafting materials. I don't know. It's a cheap way to upgrade your Evo, but I understand why they implemented it. And I think for this season it will be okay. But I'm not a huge fan to keep it if we would switch back to normal shields. As long as we keep this Evo shields thing meta, I would like to keep it this way. I think the crafting materials are a good addition at the moment, but I think in another season they would have been useless. Then we come actually to the good things about these seasons, and the one thing that sticks out for me are the map changes. I think they're very cool. They bring loads of new points of interest to the map where to fight on. And just in general, the new places, they have this flow that sticks with me, and I really like them. I really like it. I also have to mention the new passages through the mountains, for example. Now you can get from Skyhook to a survey camp, for example, a place where not a lot of people landed most of the time. There's now a way through the mountain, but it's very cool. You don't have to go around every time. So I like these small changes to the map as well, because they spice it up a little bit. I really like it. The next thing I want to mention is buff to the Mozam. Yeah, they actually buffed the Mozam beak. It has 4 shots now, and that means that it can finally do over 100 damage. Thank God we don't have to die every time when we pick it up now. I actually had a game once where I picked it up, the Mozam, with hammer points from the start, and damn, it's a really good sidearm to have. If you break someone, just pop out the Mozam and they're dead. Just try it out, take it from me, it's going to be great. The next thing is Crypto's buff. I really dig it as well. First I thought I can't call it a buff, it's more of a trade-off for its drone. Because it has more health now, so you have to shoot more bullets into it before it breaks. But what the trade-off is that it's easier to hit, so the hitbox is made bigger. I do like this idea, because I found it quite difficult to shoot down the drone last season, but this season, if you have decent aim, you can even shoot it down. Only really good cryptos, they will be untouchable, but for now, I think it's in a good place. Then I saw Crypto had another buff, and it was something I thought Crypto had from the beginning, but when I played him for the first time, I noticed that he didn't have this buff for some reason, and that's that he can now respawn teammates with his drone, which is a great idea, because I always thought it would be so useful to just go with Crypto to a respawn beacon without having to go yourself, what is exposing you, because that's Crypto's weakness. So I think this is a great addition to the game. Then the next good thing, I had a difficult time agreeing on this, and that's the R99 is now a care package gun. I do like it because it switches up the meta a little bit, but I don't like that they took out the Devo, because that gun is just outrageous now. Everyone is using it, it stretch through people. It's insane. Everyone is using it. Definitely now with the meta on the energy ammo, it's just crazy. Everyone, yeah, definitely now with turbocharger when it's back, and yeah, Devos are everywhere and they are killing me a lot this season. So I think they should have just kept the Devo as well into the care package guns. We do have a new gun to replace the R99 with the Vault, what is a great addition as well to the game. But I wouldn't have minded if they kept like 4 guns into the care packages. Because if we're going to add more guns in the future, eventually we will have to add more guns to the care packages. So why not this season? So in conclusion, I'm not really the biggest fan of this season. Rampart, the new legend. I like her design, but game-wise, I don't really like her playstyle that much, but that's maybe something for myself, because I like to play like semi-aggressive, and she's like a very defensive legend. But in general, this season, it just feels disconnected from last season, and I personally would like to see normal shields make a return to this season, because I think the meta and the all-around feel of the game has been switched so hard from last season that they should have taken like a step in between. But that's going to be it for me today. Leave your ideas for next season or your own opinions on this season in the comments down below, and we can have a chat. See you guys later.